What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So today's video, we got something new going on. So we actually are going to meet up with someone to look at a Xterra. Some of you may know it as the N50. So we're gonna go look at that. So this is really gonna be a project Xterra, but it won't be a big project, kind of like what Project D40 is already at. Just so because the fact that it does take a lot to build these things, and building another trail rig is more going to be like a super cheap little daily. So we're going to source parts for it whenever we come across them. I feel like it would be a cool little project car to build along on the YouTube channel. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go look at it, see if it checks out. It's a pretty good price. It's kind of hard to beat. It does unfortunately have about 190,000 miles already. But you know, with these things, they do hold up to their name engine wise. They are obviously, you know, I own a Frontier myself, and the 4.0s in these engines are quite good and reliable. You know, it's obviously depending on the way you take care of things and everything like that, but we're gonna go look at it, see if it checks out. If it checks all my boxes, we'll lock it in for the channel. If it doesn't, unfortunately, we won't buy it. But right now, I'm actually on the way to go pick up my friend, so we can go together in case I do buy it. It does run and drive, so that's good to know. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna go do that, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, so here is the Xterra we're looking at. It's currently at a tow yard. Did unfortunately get towed, and the history on this is quite a bit. Does have some damage, and then unfortunately there was trash left behind, and it did have a lot of bugs up on the interior. Engine sounds really great actually. That body down. This is going to need to be changed. That's the panel that I was talking about. Engine sounds immaculate actually. For 190,000 miles, it actually sounds really good. It does have all of the upgraded inlets and outlets for the coolant hoses, so that's good. But yeah. Alright guys, so we just finished up looking at the Xterra. So we didn't end up buying it. It needed a lot of work, especially towards the body. There was more body damage than I anticipated to fix and everything, and you know, body damage and all that, it takes a lot to work on. And you know, I know there's a lot of Xterras out in the junkyard and everything, but aside from that, it does add up. And Carl, you want to tag in and see what else you want to throw in that you noticed?
Bro, that car, that Xterra, it has some Santa Muerte stuff, and for those who don't know, in our Hispanic community, Santa Muerte basically means like worshiping the devil, and that candle in there just gave me bad vibes. And there's like trash and like cups and shit, and there was a lot of like flies everywhere, and I was just telling Swell, like, if there's a lot of bugs, they might need an exterminator, because him dealing with those bugs are not gonna be cool. So yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, as Carlos was saying, it had a lot of bugs, and we were afraid that they were all up in the, you know, all up inside the trim, all in the interior of the Xterra, and like I said, I don't think it was a good buy, and I didn't want to haggle the lady. Good lady, by the way. She was cool and everything, but I didn't want to haggle her more on the price based on her situation right now. And if anything, I gave her $100 to help her out in her situation, because she's going through a little tough time. But hopefully she does end up selling it for the most part. And yeah, we ended up taking it, and it did have a little bit of surface rust as well on the the Xterra as well. And with surface rust, it does add up to more rust in the end. So that kind of threw me off as well. It wasn't bad, but I could have fixed it. Obviously, probably worked with it. And it did have a brand new diff, which was pretty cool. That would have been a good little project, but it just had a lot more flaws than anything to work on. And I mean, like I said, I don't mind working on it because it was going to be a little small project car, but I didn't want to haggle her already where the price was at. So that's pretty much it. Carlos, if you have anything else to add, what you think?
Yeah, I think considering like the good deed Josuel did for the lady, also the lady wasn't gonna make too much money off the car. She was literally paying. We're basically gonna cover the towing company fee and on top like a couple $100. So she wasn't making no money off of it. Really unfortunate of situations that happened to her, but yeah, it wasn't a no-go. That if it was less scratches and dents and dings in the car, then maybe, but it's more money is going to go into all that body work and paint work, and it's just not worth it at that point.
Yeah. And also to conclude basically the video, I'm going to be still on the search for other project cars, like another Xterra, maybe another Frontier. Never know. It could have been a good little project. Get a little project, on the channel, but for this one, it was just not convenient for me and not convenient for her. And like I said, I really wish I could have got it actually, but it was just not the right place, not the right time for it. A little backstory to kind of add to what Carlos was saying. So the car was previously robbed by one of her ex-friends.
Homeless person.
Some homeless guy or something like that.
She was helping them.
She was helping them out, and then turns out they robbed the car from her while she was at work, I think she said. And they caught it on the cameras while at work, and then she ended up tracing it back to the towing company yard, and that's how we found out about the whole situation and everything. But that's pretty much it for of this Xterra. That's pretty much it, guys. So we're gonna try to maybe see if we find something else, maybe sometime later on. But did wish we could have gotten it, but just not the right time. But yeah, guys, that's it. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.